Alrighty, we got back from the Berkeley Comic Con, and it was fan-dammy-do-tastic.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
We got there super early, and then we went to Trader Joe's, and Eric had never been to a Trader Joe's.
We went out to get a snack or something. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, we were there like...
We were there at 8:30. We got there at 8:30.
A couple hours early.
Yeah.
We found where it was going to be,
Finally, because it was in a different place than from the last one.
Martin Luther King Middle School,
Yeah.
in Berkeley, and so we found the school.
I don't get to tell the joke about the mural?
Well, in a minute.
Okay.
But, but we've been driving for a couple hours, and...
Bathroom break.
And we figured, okay, well, let's go out, get a snack or something to tide us by, because we had plans for lunch, but... Yeah, I went to a Trader Joe's of all places.
And was it?
And I'd never been in a Trader Joe's.
Really?
I mean, I'd had plenty of Trader Joe's products, and I know a lot of people that shop there on the regular, but I actually had never been in one.
No.
So it was that was cool.
Yeah.
It was a new adventure to me. I noticed that the Charles Shaw wine is not $2 anymore. Inflation's hitting everything.
Oi.
$2 Chuck is now $3.50 Chuck.
Well, that doesn't even rhyme.
I mean, really, it doesn't have the same ring to it at all. But it went from $2 up to $3.50. That's that's considerable.
75%.
That's almost 100%. Yeah. Anyway,
so
and then
they were kind of like, "What are you guys doing here? Are you vendors?" No,
we're just early.
And Eric was, there'll be plenty of parking spaces when we get back. When we got back, we had lost our parking space. We had to go find a new one. And it was terrible because I'm an old hat at this. And every time I somebody new comes along, it's, we can go do this, and it'll be all right. Come back and
it was like 3 spaces over.
I know, but still. And
but there's all the aerobics people there.
Yes, let's talk about that. So we get back, and there's this loud music and all these old people.
Yeah, old people.
Yeah.
No offense to old people, but it was like a bunch of seniors. Yeah.
Doing taekwondo or kind of aerobic, kind of tai chi thing.
Kind of a thing where they were like, it was exercising, but dance, rhythmic with music. And it's like they all knew the steps. They're all doing the same steps together. It was almost like line dancing, but not. It was weird.
Yeah, and
there's the 2 old dudes and a bunch of, I don't know, a dozen or 15 ladies or whatever.
Yeah,
it was comical.
It's weird, and
yeah.
So then we kind of get told, well, it's not started yet. We know, and we just stand outside waiting, and then, we look weird because we're the first 2 in line. And then we get to go inside and wait in the atrium, the antechamber.
Yeah. We look weird at a comic show.
No, you had a great outfit on. You had a great outfit on. You had the Tick shirt on. It was perfect.
I was sporting my Tick shirt, yes.
Yeah.
I love my Tick shirt. It's so obnoxious. A great big picture of his face on a maroon T-shirt. And on the back, it's got a word balloon that says, "I am simply the Tick." I had to wear it.
Yeah, and everybody else, I get the sense that they aren't in it for the collecting. They're in it to make some money. All the people that were behind us.
A lot of them that were there looked like they were in it for investment.
Yeah.
More than
collecting
them. Yes.
And we're going to get...
Especially those 2 guys that were right behind us.
Yeah.
The way they were talking and the things they were saying about all the artists they rubbed elbows with and...
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Who cares? Artists are getting paid minimum wage.
Not like they were bragging to everybody about it. It's just what they were saying to each other.
They were kind of bragging.
I couldn't help overhearing some of it.
They were putting on a show.
Not eavesdropping, but couldn't help
They were putting
overhearing.
on a show. They were, yeah.
Were, yeah.
And then it was kind of weird because the guy who was the doorman or something, he kind of was like trying to push these stale donuts on everybody.
Yeah.
They were stale, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were. I knew it.
They were day olds at least, yeah.
I knew it! They were day olds in a fucking new box. Those rat bastards, I'm surprised they didn't try and charge you for them. $15 to get into this thing, to spend money. Oh, my God.
Right, and it really was. It was just a show.
Yeah.
It was people selling stuff.
There was no.
There
wasn't even
just
toys
a
really.
Gymnasium full.
Yeah.
Of,
which it was a bigger space than the last time I gone to, because that was the learning annex. Yeah.
But like there was no like VIP guest speaker. It wasn't a convention of that type. It was just. I mean, we got through and saw everything we needed to see in roughly an hour.
Yeah.
It was really.
We're gonna get to what we got in another video, but yeah, we're just talking about the.
I didn't see much of anything that I really had to take home.
We did see that,
except for one thing, which I did bring home.
You did bring it home. Yeah. We'll get to it.
And we'll get to that. But
I
was really surprised at some of the things I saw that I actually have.
Yeah.
And what kind of prices were on them?
Well, like that
$600 for the Secret Wars #8 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
$600. And some of them were more closer to $200 or so. And then the Transformers one.
The Transformers one I saw, we were at
$900.
Yeah.
The guy was asking for it because of the edition it was.
It was the direct market edition.
Yes, which I guess was scarcer,
But I have like 4 of them.
Dude. $900 a pop.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. And there were others who had the same book, closer to $200-300. But still, $200-300.
Yeah.
For the Transformers #1 of the 12-issue maxi series that ended up continuing.
Yeah, the 4-issue. It was the 4-issue.
Oh, was it a 4-issue?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And #1 of 4 that just kept going.
Because when it went to 80, it's like number 80 in a 4-part miniseries. Yes. And so I was like, whoa, because I was like, maybe it's the newsstand edition, because I have several of those too. And they're apparently, I don't know if they're money or not. I don't care, but I'm just like...
No, it does make a difference which edition it is.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the pricing and the demand, for whatever reason.
Yeah, whatever. But there wasn't a lot of stuff that was... Because I watched this YouTube thing about books that you just don't see for sale anymore.
Yeah.
One of them was Avengers 8, First Appearance of Kang.
Mm-hmm.
One was... Spotlight 5. I saw one of those there.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the other one there that I have, because I have Spotlight 5 and the first in the regular series, Ghost Rider. There was a bunch of books there that I have.
Really good vintage stuff there.
Yeah.
I mean, good stuff.
Yeah.
And even good Golden Age stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then, that was that one booth.
Oh, yeah. That one guy, he had some good stuff.
Yeah.
Man. I mean,
and then there was the .5.
Yes.
Amazing Fantasy
15 graded to a 0.5 condition.
I wonder how much it was
on it.
Yeah. And I saw
a 0.5. What's the point of even keeping it sealed?
Right? I saw the TMNT with Cerberus.
Yes.
And it was color. So then it was in the format of a comic book. So that was number 4? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, number 4 was the first, standard comic size issue,
and it was like $400 or $500. I was like, oh shit!
And I think it was Raphael, who was one of them. The one shot, #1 in a 1-issue miniseries, one shot things that they did for each of the turtles. It was like $300. Something like that.
Yeah. And then, with these other books...
I got all those.
These other books that they were talking about that you don't see out. The First Appearance of Jonah Hex. I saw one of those there. And then I saw the Kang, the First Appearance of Kang, it was like 7.0 and he wanted like $800 for it.
Yeah.
So I have a question for the people who listen. Do you like slabbed or how they call it, raw comics? Because I don't like them slabbed. That's not collecting comics. And it's a false economy that is highly volatile. So I'm just not in it. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Slab versus unslabbed for me is just you're trusting somebody else to grade it for you.
Yeah.
For one. And when you're buying it for the number in the grade. You're not buying it for the book itself. Yeah. Or maybe for the book, but in that grade,
yeah,
that you can have confidence that you're at least getting a
Well,
7.0.
and I've heard horror stories. Some kid sent in a TMNT #1, and they got it back eventually. It wasn't the CGI or whatever it's called.
CGC?
Yeah, but it was another one of the companies, and then it came back, and he's like, didn't look right. It was a second printing,
See?
but it said first printing, blah blah blah, and he's like, no. He had sent us first printing
Either
in.
they ripped him off, or they made a mistake and put the wrong book in his bag.
Made a mistake. Yeah,
it could happen, but not with the TMNT though, because the ink on the cover was darker.
Yeah,
between printings,
yeah.
You could tell just by looking at the cover
Yeah.
if it was darker red or lighter.
Yeah.
You could tell.
And then I've heard other horror stories about toy grading, where all of a sudden what was the original Star Wars? What was the back? 12 back or 8 back?
Yes.
And they all came up and they were all graded and they were all wonderful and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out,
And they're all counterfeit.
They were all counterfeit. They knew a guy at the grading place, so they kind of did a hornswoggle on these people. And so, yeah.
There are people out there who are really good at counterfeiting those figures.
Yeah.
They can remove the blister.
Oh, yeah.
Replace the figure. Like the Jawa with the vinyl cape.
Yeah.
They just throw a vinyl cape Jawa into that card back.
And there it is.
And you're done.
Yeah.
And they even counterfeit the card back itself.
Yeah.
So it looks legit.
Yeah, and I don't have any faith in grading.
It's really hard to spot those. I mean, and that's why, people do go for the graded things because they trust them a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have
and
trust.
They're hard to sell, like especially online. If you don't have it in your hands and you can look at it, you're not going to buy an ungraded copy of a book because you never know what you're going to get when it shows up.
Yeah.
And even if it was pristine when they mailed it, it could suffer damage in transit.
What was it? Uncanny X-Men 139?
Yeah.
I got it for a song. And it comes she didn't put it in a proper mailer. She put it in a piece of cardboard and they folded it and squeezed it in my box.
See, that shit can happen. Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, well, I need it back before I can refund you. I'm like, bitch.
Well, that's when you take it to the postmaster.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who damaged it.
Yeah.
But did she insure it? I mean, all she had to do was insure it, especially if it was a valuable book like that. Doesn't cost much. A few pennies on your insurance dollar and you're covered.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not going to mail it like in
proper and say do not bend and all that.
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck? So anyway.
That's another reason to get a slab doing if you're getting it like.
Well, yeah, but I've heard.
I mean, how are they going to fuck up a slab doing?
Well, no, they break them or step on them, and
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it has. So anyway, there's all that. But I got some real steals. I got not reprints, but I've got. These are now my second copy of that book. God, that's awful, right?
Dude,
don't be a shit, right? Just say it. It's all right. I think that Thor is a better copy.
Well, see, if you're upgrading, that's a different.
But I don't think that first appearance of Immortus is.
No, but that Demon was a nice copy,
right? Even with the feathering at because the color was good on the copy.
Bright, vibrant color on the cover. Yes, no, it was a nice copy of the Demon #1.
But so I got stuff for a song. I think the best one is the Silver Surfer one. That was beautiful because I have a whole set. I think that replaces another book. It might be 3 books that I'm replacing.
Yeah.
Or that fills a hole.
Fills the hole in your set. Right?
I think maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I have to look on my shelf. Anyway, so it was a great time and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I needed it and I'm all back to happy place and good headspace. So,
and we'll come back
enjoy it.
Specifics as far as what we bought
in other installments. But it was a great show. Had a great time. Good company.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. We went to lunch after. We'll be doing a food review there, and
then we went to a comic book store.
And we even went out and hung out with one of the local comic book guys.
Great guy.
And he was a great guy, and become a friend of the channel.
Yes.
Yoel Carter, Fantastic Comics, Berkeley, California.
Hi, y'all.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good dude.
So, with that, like, share, subscribe.